Chasing that money, living for the thrill, aiming for the top, gotta make the kill. Street smart, no room for the weak. Cross us once, you'll feel the heat. Taking what we want, we don't ask for permission. Running with the wolves, a dangerous coalition. Living on the edge, no time for hesitation. Hill Shit Podcast, where the bad boys reign, never following the norm, always causing pain. What in this city, ain't nobody in our way. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. Where the bad boys reign, never following the norm, always causing pain. What in this city, ain't nobody in our way. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. Hill Shit Podcast, where the bad boys reign, never following the norm, always causing pain. What in this city, ain't nobody in our way. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. Bad guys do hill shit, no one can stop it. Walking in the shadows, always on the profit. Fast cars, big dreams, living on the edge. Haters talking trash, but we ain't even faced. Just some rebels with the cars, breaking all the rules. Bosses in the game, always playing it cool. Living fast, we ain't slowing down. Always ready to turn heads around. Hill Shit Podcast, where the bad boys reign, never following the norm, always causing pain. What in this city, ain't nobody in our way. We're the kings of the night, here to stay. Chasing that money, living for the thrill, aiming for the top, gotta make the kill. Street smart, no room for the weak. Cross us once, you'll feel the heat.
Viewer discretion time.
Viewer discretion is advised.
What up, Hill Faction? Welcome back to Hill Shit. Why do we call it that? Because bad guys do Hill Shit. I'm Dark Cordz. That's Dravyn Grimes. This is Talking Shit. And, I don't know, Dravyn's going in for surgery tomorrow, so we're just going to kind of shoot the shit. And I hope you enjoy it. We'll be right back.
Cool! Living fast, we ain't slowing down. Always ready to turn heads around. Hill Shit Podcast, where the bad boys reign, never following the norm, always causing pain.
How's it going, man?
Why'd you have to bring that up so soon? Why? We had such a great time the last 30 or so minutes killing ourselves, figuratively, with laughter. And you just want to bring it down right there. Right fucking there. I'm fucking nervous as shit, dude. I'm about to divorce a body part. We've been together for 34 fucking years. But, you know, there just comes a time where that relationship can become toxic. And that's what happens.
Toxic.
Yep. Bitches throwing stones and gotta divorce, evict, all that good shit. I just feel very, very sorry for all the nurses for what they're going to have to deal with tomorrow. It's going to be bad, dude. It's going to be fucking bad. So, real talk. Actually, before real talk, how are you doing?
Not bad. Not bad. Been a long week. Starts up again tomorrow.
Whew. Yep. So, real talk. The last time I've had surgery or any kind of general anesthesia was back in 2001. I was just a kid. And it was a basic thing. It was my tonsils getting taken out. But I was such a puss, I had no pain tolerance. So in the back of my mind, I've been kind of reliving that whole scenario of going under and then coming back and being in immense pain. And obviously, as I got older, I got a pretty high pain tolerance. You know, broke neck, blew my knees out, all that shit. I ain't gonna lie, dude. I'm kind of nervous on it. Just this whole week's kind of been like one big. I want to say nightmare. Trademark. I don't want to say nightmare, but it's been kind of nerve wracking, especially this weekend. Like yesterday, really set in on me. Like this shit's about to happen, and my dumbass, who has access to Google, who knows how to fucking search this shit up, fucking spent a good hour and a half fucking looking this shit up, all the procedure and all that shit that happens, and everything looks very mild, very easy to deal with. But it's just I'm so used to being the person that people rely on that I've never kind of built that circle, and I know I have it. Don't know my heart, not my word.
Sure.
But I've never had to have this circle of people I can rely on, so to speak. I've always been the one that deals with other people's issues, and at least for a few days, I can't be that guy. Other than, a conversation or something. I can't be that guy that goes, oh, you have this issue? I'll be right there. Or, oh, you need this? I got you. And, it's nerve-wracking to know that the script has to be flipped, so to speak. And I'm having trouble kind of putting that into context.
Yeah. What is it you're most worried about, though?
Not necessarily the surgery itself. Again, I looked through it. I've seen how it was done originally before all the advances in medical technology. So fucking thankful that's not happening. First off, I think it's just the rehab part, the taking the time off to heal up. What happens if I have to stay out of work longer than what I can afford to? What's going to happen then?
How long did they say you're going to be out?
They said I could be out up to 2 weeks. It just depends on how my body heals and all that stuff and how easy I take it, which, if anybody knows me, you certainly do. The day after I have something like that done, I'm automatically up trying to rehab myself, trying to get myself moving. Because the worst thing you can do is just sit there. But it's also the best thing you can do for this shit. So, I'm going to try to not overdo it, but, day after, Tuesday morning, I'm going to be up. I'm going to be trying to get some walking done. I'm going to be trying to, just try to stay busy because I cannot stand sitting still and doing nothing. I cannot.
Right.
Even if it's, coming over here in the studio and working on media or something like that, or just catching up on wrestling and shit like that. I still have to get up and my hands got to be busy. But I think the biggest thing for me is the financial part of it, because like I said, what if I'm out longer than what I can afford? Because just moved, still getting over Christmas, my savings is still drained, still got the car situation I'm trying to deal with. And luckily, I had that week of PTO saved up, so I obviously used that. But if I got to stay out longer than that, I need to figure out a backup plan for that. And being very limited on what I can do for the next couple weeks, it's kind of nerve-wracking. So I think that's the biggest thing, is the financial part.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can see that.
Because we make pretty good money doing it, but we don't get it until the mid part of the month.
Right.
And when that time of the month comes up anyway, we gotta pay all our people behind the scenes, and then whatever's left over, obviously our funds. It's just getting to that part of the month. I mean,
yeah,
because everything we've made so far that we split and put to the side has been emergency funds, but it's not personal emergency funds, it's business emergency funds.
Right.
And I'm not going to pull from that because I'm going to be out for another week or so. So it's just trying to, make a backup plan to my personal shit. Because when we went into this and we started actually making money, we both agreed that whatever happens, business comes first as far as the money from this. Now if something dire happens, like, you're behind on a house payment or something like that, yeah, pull from that. Cool.
Sure.
We can always put stuff back in. But something like, just skipping a week's paycheck, I'll find something else. I'll find some way to make money. It not too big of a deal. It's just trying to figure out where my limitations are next week. And that's going to be the hardest thing for me. But other than that, I'm doing fucking fantastic for at least the next, what time is it? For the next 22 fucking hours.
Yep.
So anyway. So something died last night. You want to talk about that?
What done?
Oh, the old platform of TikTok.
Oh shit! TikTok is no more.
You were more on the TikTok side of the brand.
I handled the TikTok side, yeah. But when I heard that it was going in front of the Supreme Court, like I haven't posted in like a week at least, because this case was so clearly something that it was a national security concern, and no matter how much fun it might be, the Supreme Court was not going to give a shit about how much fun it is.
Right.
It's a national security concern, so I knew it would be gone. Trump is saying something about him allowing them some more time. I have to look into it. I don't think the president can just overrule a Supreme Court decision like that. I'm pretty sure he can't. Unless he passes an actual law. I don't even think an executive action can do it. Well, I think Congress has to pass a law.
Well, look into that and get back with us next week on Talking Shit. And of course, by then, he's going to be in power anyway, so I'm sure you'll have plenty to fucking say then.
Yes, fuck that motherfucker.
But yeah, so TikTok's no more. It's in the line with Pornhub, but
Hey, Brandon, my kids love TikTok, all right? It's a big deal to everybody under 30, I think.
Well, here's the thing. TikTok is basically just short videos that you can just scroll through. But you got the Facebook, you got the Instagram, you got the YouTube. Hell, I've even seen it on Snapchat here and there. Yeah. Fucking short videos. So it's not like that format in itself is dead. It's just that platform. And, for a lot of people that do make the majority of their income on TikTok, that's understandable. I can see why they're upset about that.
Yeah.
But just every little Joe Schmo getting pissed off because now they don't have nothing to scroll through while they're sitting on the shitter. Dude, you've had fucking YouTube since 2006. All right? It's there. You've had Dailymotion since 2008. We don't even talk about that anymore, but you can find more content on Dailymotion than you could ever find on fucking YouTube.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the not saying that, it's going to suck for a lot of people, because it will, because fortunately, we weren't really making any income from the TikTok videos because we kind of jumped on that train a little too late, so to speak. But just for every fucking Joe Schmo, like Elwood over there in the corner, still trying to figure out how to dial 911, it's really no big deal. Just go to another social media platform and fucking scroll.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I don't know, man. My oldest daughter is really bummed about it because she, her interests were really easily seen on TikTok. Like, she loves art and she loves horses and animals and stuff like that. I
got one for you. Pinterest. Go on fucking Pinterest.
She's all over Pinterest.
Then she'll be just fine. She's got substitute.
Yeah. Yeah. So it is what it is. It's just I don't know. We never made any money on TikTok.
I've never cared for it.
Never really got to that point on TikTok, but I'm interested to see what app is not just what app will eventually come out and take its place, but which app people will immediately go to now.
It's got to be split between Instagram and YouTube, because Instagram's really been pushing the short video format,
Yeah.
And YouTube's really been pushing it. Facebook's always had it, but it's never been like that big of a deal. But for those for our audience that just needs TikTok in their lives, and this ain't a sponsor, but you can go get a VPN.
True.
And I mean, do it for Pornhub, can do it for fucking TikTok, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
guess you could.
just switch your shit over to a Canadian fucking IP address, and wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
But you pretty much all of your American content creators, you won't have them to see.
I don't give a shit. Find new interest.
All right.
Or find them on a different social media platform. You got to think. If they made their money on TikTok, you know they've traveled outside just TikTok to find another source of income. They've tried the YouTube, they've tried Instagram, they've tried Facebook. Does Twitter have a fucking short video format? I've never
think
really
it has
dabbled
anything like that. No.
Yeah, I've never.
You can upload videos to it,
yeah,
but there's no
about,
like short.
That's what I'm saying, like that kind
thing.
of a format.
No.
So I mean, the options are still there. It's just people just need to. Probably not move on, because who knows where we're going to be 6 months from now. It's TikTok bullshit. I've never cared for it. I've hated that my kids fucking got into it. Fucking TikTok dances and music in my house is unfathomable. For the love of God.
The problem that I have with TikTok, most of the problem is, like, if they put one on and set it down, the same 5 seconds of song plays over and over and over. Like, God damn it. Turn the fucking thing off.
We get it. You've watched fucking Deadpool Wolverine, but we don't want to hear Madonna anymore.
Jesus fuck.
I swear. Side story on that. Like a Prayer. My kids love the song. My daughter especially. She was trying to get them, the choir at their church, to to sing the song.
Oh my God.
And it was approved. It was approved. But when they sent home the sheet music for it, because she's got to practice it, and she was so happy. She brought it to me. She's like, "We're gonna sing the song for Deadpool." I'm like, "No more NSYNC. No more NSYNC."
Yeah.
Wait, church. I need to talk to you. I need to talk to your team. So I call them. Like, you're gonna do Madonna's "Like a Prayer." Like, yes, it has a lot of wholesome values. Like, sir,
Jesus fuck,
sir, are you going to be in the office today at all? I'm gonna be here till 5. I will be there in an hour. Just don't finalize anything with any parent just yet, so I get there. And I explain why they shouldn't do this song in the nicest way possible. I didn't just like kick the door and I'm like, "Motherfucker, you're not singing a song about blowjobs." But I said, I'm not like, sing the chorus to me. And he sung the chorus like, "Stop. When you call his name, it's like a little prayer. He gets down on her knees, she's going to take you there. What the fuck do you think that means?" And he's like, praising Jesus. Like, no. She's praising on her knees. But she ain't talking
giving
about
thanks.
Jesus.
She's giving thanks.
Oh, yeah. She's definitely having a mouthful, so to speak. But it's not of praise. And it clicks. She's like, "Oh no." I was
like, "Motherfucker, do you know anything about Madonna? Has this word even come in your mind at all?"
The word "come," so to speak.
Yes, exactly. Are you older than 20? Like, how old is this guy?
Like 20.
Oh, Jesus fuck.
23, 24. Like, good kid. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I've known him since he was like 8 or 9. Like, I grew up with his older brother. But even his older brother in the church was kind of like, it went over his fucking head. And I didn't get quite as far with him. It was like, just sing the chorus. And he sung the chorus and it clicked automatically. It was like, "Oh no, we can't have this." So thankfully I've averted the devil from their church for now. Because I don't want my 12-year-old singing about blowjobs in the choir.
God damn it. If your kids weren't in the choir, though, how amazing would that have been? That would have been. I would have went to that church service.
Here's the problem. I almost let it go because I just wanted to see what would happen. And I had a real conflict of interest here because my wife automatically knew because I explained it to her when we went and did the double date thing. Because she liked the song, like, listen, this isn't what you think it is. Yeah. So I was very blunt with her after we split up. Like, that's a song about blowjob. Yeah. She's like, no, it's not. Yes, it is. Listen to the chorus. That's all you got to do is listen to the chorus. She's like, I don't ever want to hear it. I was like, fucking bad. We're going to go watch this again.
Oh, my God. No, that's outstanding work.
And it's gotten fucking popular. It really has. Like, I've heard it on, like, all the oldies channels. So every time it comes on, I turn it up for my wife to hear, and I just look at her, and I reach behind my head like I'm about to put on Wolverine's mask. She's like, stop it now. Like, take me there.
Jesus Christ. Dude, be like, you know Madonna put out a coffee table book of herself naked, right? Like, come on. What the fuck?
I know what I want for my birthday, guys.
Yes, back then, yes. No, gosh, she looks like a fucking cartoon character now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just like, what the fuck is her name? She played in Aaron Brockovich.
Julie Roberts?
That bitch.
Yeah.
Dude, she's 90% mouth.
Dude, no, Madonna looks like what Little Kim is trying to get to.
Dude, 2002, 2003 Lil' Kim. My God.
2022 Lil' Kim, a little bit different.
My God.
Yeah, a little bit different. Ugh.
Oh, no, I'm good, dude. I'm good. You didn't have to bring up Lil' Kim. Lil' Kim is in the same kind of mindset as Lindsay Lohan. Just leave her there in 2003.
Yeah.
I'm fucking perfect there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that little tidbit happened in the past couple of weeks. I forgot to tell you about it. But considering this is one of those things we're just flying off the cuff, I kind of had to tell you and everybody at the same time about the Madonna shit.
That was so good.
Yeah.
I would have like, honey, we're going to take you out of choir, but we're going to let this go. Okay? We're going to let this go.
I fucking wish I could have done that, but that would require me to actually go to fucking church. Like,
that's true.
I'm not a very religious person. Like, I believe in something, but I don't need to go sit in a fucking building with 600 other people screaming and hollering and hooting and reading from a book that I found in the fiction section of my local library. I'm just being real. I believe in what I believe, and I don't need anybody else telling me otherwise. You know, you can go and believe your 72 Egyptian gods. You can believe there's one guy that can walk on water, or you can believe there's a guy fucking running around with a fucking hammer that drinks meat all day. I'm the third one.
Thor, for any of you guys who are curious.
I'm the third one. I am very Nordic in nature. But motherfucker, I'm just saying that's the one time I'm doing that, because the next time it happens, I don't care who's in it. I don't care if my wife goes and sings that shit. I'm gonna laugh. And I'm gonna call her a hypocrite the whole time.
All right,
just in the back. You fucking hypocrite!
Jesus Christ, man! He just peaked everything.
I don't give a fuck.
You should.
It'll be all right. At least I piqued your interest.
Great. All right, so Brandon's got a good idea.
What's up?
We're going to go to our first commercial break, and then we're going to give our peripheral thoughts on the WWE TNA deal.
Oh, hell yeah.
So we will be right back after these advertisements.
Let me introduce you to our new sponsor, Smackin' Sunflower Seeds. Check this out. They sent us this huge box of samples with all these amazing flavors, from traditional flavors like the OG and ranch, to unique flavors like cinnamon churro and my favorite, backyard barbecue.
Absolutely, man. Let's not forget the garlic parmesan, the cracked black pepper, and my personal favorite, the maple brown sugar. It is grade A, phenomenal, my guy.
So me, Dravyn, and Minor all sat down, went through all these flavors. Of course, we each had our favorite, But one thing we agreed on, this is an amazing brand. If you're a sunflower seed eater, definitely need to check this out. If you're not a sunflower seed eater, you still need to check these out because they got a flavor that you like, without question. Miner's favorite was dill pickle. I like the barbecue. Use the link in the description and enjoy.
Bad guys do hill shit, no one can stop it. Walking in the shadows, always on the profit. Fast cars, big dreams, living on the edge. Haters talking trash, but we ain't even faced. Just some rebels with the cars, breaking all the rules. Bosses in the game, always playing it cool.
All right, we are back. So, I guess WWE and TNA have been doing a little business.
Well, a little bit, yeah. You know what's funny though, and I saw a comment about this, and it really made me think. Remember back in like 2005, 2006, when every WWE mark was wishing TNA would die?
Every what, Mark?
Every WWE mark.
Not really, but
Oh, I heard it do quite a bit because I was always pro TNA. I've loved that brand since day one. It's what AEW should have been, the true alternative. But I mean, let's be real, with all these indie promotions getting TV deals and shit, it can't just be one alternative. But back then, 2002 to what would you say the end of their prime was? 2009,
yeah.
like that 7-year time span. TNA was the alternative. It was where you went to basically reinvent yourself or repackage yourself in that context. I mean, let's look at some of the guys that went from WWE to TNA in the early days.
right.
Raven became an NWA champion. You have fucking Christian Cage, who was the bottom of the mid card in 2005 WWE.
Right.
Signed with TNA, became one of the top baby faces, and then immediately top heels in the company. You had the Dudley Boys, or Team 3D, who were basically nothing at the end of their first WWE run. Went to TNA, had an amazing fucking stretch there, both babyface and heels. I mean, we've had Kurt Angle. Perk Angle, excuse me. I'm sorry. Perk Angle. We've had Jeff Hardy.
Yep.
For good or worse, we've had Jeff Hardy in multiple runs there. So, you know, TNA, whether people like it or not, especially at the time, TNA was needed for professional wrestling to evolve.
Yes.
Because WWE was at I'm not saying at a stalemate, because they did the right thing with the brand split and kind of make it like an eternal civil war. But they needed competition. And TNA never quite got to where that needed to be for it to be true competition, but it was damn fucking close. And the fan base was fucking ravenous.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever been to a TNA Impact event down there in Orlando. They were at Universal's. Dude, it only held about 700-800 people, but you thought it was 15,000.
Yeah.
From the time the show started till the time after the show ended, it was just non-stop, dude. So for me, this is very, very sweet. Seeing how TNA's gone through a great beginning, from the Hogan era to the fucking Anthem era, which was, yeah. And then kind of reinvent themselves, and then did the rebrand back into TNA, and seeing where it's gone from this time last year, beginning of TNA, to now. I'm so happy, not just for the brand itself, but for the guys and the girls that are working it.
Hey, Snug, what's going on, brother?
I need you to check your personal messages, and I need you to get back with me, because I'm worried about you. I've been worried about you all morning, man. Well, I didn't bring them up because, in my opinion, when Hogan and Bischoff came in and did their thing in 2010, I didn't enjoy it as much because they changed so much, and it kind of became WWE light. So I didn't really care for it at that point. And that list of names I brought up was specifically ones that came from WWE to TNA to reinvent themselves. As with Sting, you know, a lot of people remember his 2005 run on to the end of 2011, I believe, 2012. But they don't remember that in 2003, he did a couple of appearances for TNA.
Yep.
So I don't ever really count Sting in that list of names. I count Sting in a list of names on his own. Because to me, even though he came from WCW, so to speak, he still feels like a TNA original to me. Because he put so much of his heart and soul into that company and really pushed it to another level that I believe could not have happened without that kind of star power. But you're right, Sting definitely on that list. Hulk Hogan, he can suck a big fat giant donkey dick. He could just fuck all the way off as far as I'm concerned.
Horse dick is not good enough. It must be donkey dick. Inferior.
The thing with China is, yeah, she came in, but that was really just a one-off thing. That wasn't really ever going to lead to anything. And Roddy Piper, yes, in the early days, but he was also like right there on the cusp of re-signing with WWE for that Legends deal in 2003. So he didn't really make too much of a mark there, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But you got so many other guys that came from it. AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe, Kazarian, the Naturals, which was actually my favorite tag team in the early days. I don't know whatever really happened to that. I guess when Shane Douglas got a hold of them and repackaged it, it kind of just went dull.
Mm.
But the Naturals were always my favorite, followed by America's Most Wanted, James Storm and Chris Harris. They were and still are one of my favorite tag teams ever. You had LAX, Homicide and Hernandez with Conan. That was fucking great. You had, I'm biased on this one, you had the Harris Brothers, Disciples of Apocalypse. Big Ron, Heavy D. Great guys. Love them to fucking death. Beer Money came later, though. I'm talking like early. I'm talking like 02 to 05. Beer Money didn't really come out until like 07, 08. But yes, you're right. Fucking Team Canada with fucking Scott D'Amore.
Mm-hmm. Petey Williams,
Robert Roode, Eric Young. Great talent that really shaped what all these companies are today.
Yeah.
The Monster Abyss, Sanjay Dutt. You mean the founder of TNA, Jeff Jarrett? I can go on and suck TNA's dick all fucking day long. But let's get to the question that Brandon wants to. Go ahead.
So apparently WWE and TNA made a deal to where there'll be some kind of talent swap with the NXT talent and the TNA talent.
Uh-huh.
We have seen, obviously, Jordan Grace and Joe Hendry in NXT before.
Do you believe in Joe Hendry? Oh, fuck.
We'll see. But now I guess there's going to be more of an opening. I don't know how. I know that Roxana Perez and Masha Slamovich got into a little verbal thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm excited to see where it goes because I think it will lead to TNA getting a bigger TV deal,
Mm-hmm.
which I hope is the case because we don't have the channel here and I'm not paying for TNA Plus. Well, we'll see.
I don't know that TNA Genesis NXT crossover that they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I may have to reactivate my team. If that's the case, I'll give you the passcode on that. Ain't no big deal.
But yeah, no, I'm really excited. I mean, I'd love to see. I mean, hopefully she'll come to the main roster after this contract's over. But I want to see Jordan Grace in the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's amazing. All right,
Go ahead and simp on her for a good 5 minutes. Go ahead.
no, I don't need to simp on her, but I don't think there's anything she can't do in the ring. I think she's a complete wrestler. She's gonna step in there as at least the top one or two or three strongest women on the roster.
Mm-hmm.
She'll go with anybody. She's kind of short, but I could see her, lifting up Nia and slamming her.
Didn't she do that at the Rumble last year?
That was Cargill.
That's right.
And that would be a great match too. Well,
that depends though. That depends.
yeah.
I mean, Jade on AEW television was good. She's having a real fucking issue kind of converting over to the WWE style. Which to me, when I was watching her wrestle, she kind of did wrestle WWE style. Just tweak it down just a little bit, and she would have been fine. She's trying to do too much as far as Jade goes. She's trying to do too much to try to convert over where she really didn't need to convert over. She was kind of good where she was.
I'm wondering if that's part of the reason for this throw her off the balcony angle so she can get some more time in.
Which is fine.
Which is fine.
But the problem is, at least, let her do some fucking house show shit. You know what I mean? Like, you can still keep that quiet. Kind of. I mean, in the land of social media, nothing's ever fully quiet.
Right.
But what if this doesn't just stop at NXT? What if we do see some of our WWE big names show up on TNA pay-per-view? What if?
Yeah, maybe.
Let's be real. The TNA Hall of Fame is not that big of a deal to anybody outside of a TNA fan base.
Right.
But I'm going to be honest with you, it's long overdue for fucking AJ Styles to be on that. I mean, he's done a lot of stuff via video on video packages. I feel that he could definitely be in the running for that, and I would love to hear "Get Ready to Fly" one more time in a TNA ring. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a mark for TNA music, the old TNA music.
Yeah.
But what if fucking John Cena shows up at Bound for Glory? Dude, record-setting numbers for TNA.
Oh yeah, immediately.
Could
That'd
you
be
imagine
crazy.
that pop? But as far as just TNA and NXT, you're right about the Roxanne Perez, Mia Slamovich thing. I could also see them start intertwining the other champions. I can also start seeing the former names on WWE show up on NXT. What if Brian Myers shows up? But it's not Kurt Hawkins, it's Brian Myers. What if Nick Nemeth shows up on fucking NXT? It's not Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
It's fucking Nick Nemeth.
I have a feeling that Malachi Black is going to show back up as Malachi Black in WWE.
Dude, it makes perfect sense. I mean, Ty Dillinger went away, learned a new hole, became Sean Spears.
And he's back as
Came
Sean
back,
Spears.
yeah. It makes total sense. And I'm fucking stoked for that, dude.
Oh, fuck yeah. Snowgas, yeah, the Ultimate X match in WWE. That's a long shot for me because I don't think we're at the point where WWE is ready to use other people's gimmick matches.
You say that, but we got War Games there.
Yeah, but they bought War Games.
They didn't have to fucking never use it.
Well, they didn't have to, but it was a good idea.
I mean, they didn't have to go with Hell in a Cell, which is originally the cage from Memphis. So I'm just saying, it's possible. Now that Jordan Grace tweet that we saw that she put out Friday or yesterday, where she said Ultimate X at WrestleMania, more than likely won't fucking happen. When it comes to Ultimate X, it needs to be built up similar to how Money in the Bank is for me. So I'm not saying you're going to see an Ultimate X pay-per-view under a WWE banner, but on one of these smaller 5-show pay-per-views or maybe even an NXT show, I could see it there, but it's not going to be like for a major championship.
Yeah.
Maybe it's for, you got 3 TNA talents, you got 3 NXT talents, there's a contract hanging up there. Whoever gets the contract gets to choose whether they want to face a TNA champion or an NXT champion. Something like that.
Yeah, which would be fine, but thinking about it, if I'm TNA, like that's really the gimmick match TNA is known for.
Mm-hmm.
So do I want to have it on the WWE pay-per-view?
Yes, because you want to put more eyes on that product.
Yeah, but I mean, something you got to kind of keep your own IP for.
Well, I'm not saying put fucking King of the Mountain out there. Don't do the
Do
fucking...
they even do that match anymore?
Once a year.
They do still?
Mm-hmm. Usually at Bound for Glory. Sometimes they'll flip it around. But yeah, they always build up like 5 of the heavyweights go for the world title, and that's the only way they do it. It's kind of like how Elimination Chamber gets built every year. So I'm not saying you're going to see King of the Mountain. I'm not going to see you're going to see Elevation X or anything like that. But I could see Ultimate X being like, you know, you're fucking with our TNA guys. Let's settle this how TNA settles this in Ultimate X.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe so. Yeah, that could work.
I just wish, you know, one of the two companies would fucking hire Scott D'Amore. And whether, you know, TNA hires him and, you know, for a shoot, he's part of that company, or even if fucking WWE hires him, like, hey, we want you to do this thing with the TNA. Be the voice of TNA. Because for so long, Scott D'Amore was the voice of Impact / TNA. It only makes sense. This is like Paul Heyman being the voice of ECW. It's like Bischoff being the voice of WCW. Didn't want to fucking say Ted Turner. I damn sure didn't want to say shit stains. To me, Bischoff is the voice of WCW. Heyman is the voice of fucking ECW. Scott D'Amore is the voice of TNA. Just like Triple H is becoming the voice of the WWE. I hope something comes of that, and I hope Scott at least gets a short-term gig on that, so he can be recognized for that shit. Because, you know, the firing last year, it left a lot of TNA fans soured on TNA for a little bit, and myself included. But I can also see, you know,
I don't even know the story behind the firing. Like, all I heard is one day he was fired.
yeah, that's basically what led up to it was he put an offer on the table to buy TNA from the parent company, and the parent company didn't want to buy. So he came back about a week later with a bigger number, a hard to refuse number for what TNA is. And they said, let me think it over. And that's when the termination came into effect. So, you know, we're not doing this, but you're going to keep trying to buy it from us. We no longer need you. But I mean, because of that, because of Scott D'Amore's firing, we got Maple Leaf Wrestling back up in Canada, which is one of the biggest. It's like what Ring of Honor was in 2010 in North America. It's the biggest indie fed in Canada, and you got a lot of big name talent that's not signed under contracts going on. Even a couple of AEW talents. So, you know, everything happens for a reason. I'm hoping, as far as the TNA, nXt, I've almost said NWA, old habits. But between those two brands, I can see a lot more intertwining happen. I mean, we've seen enough of it from the Rumble last year to a lot of the NXT talent showing up on Impact and vice versa. Joe Hendry became a fucking breakout star in 24 because of this. Yeah, it's just going to get very interesting. And like I said, I hope I see a lot of the former WWE names show up back on WWE shows, but with their own IP.
Yeah.
Get them over with that shit, just like Sean Spears did. Fucking make people. And
Like
who
it.
knows? Who knows? With the way this is going and how Matt Cardona's had the relationship with TNA before, maybe there can be a handshake deal put there where he fucking show up one night. Dude, imagine that fucking pop. Matt Cardona, NXT Arena on a fucking takeover show? Shit.
Yeah. That'd be huge.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's throw it to our last commercial and wrap this up on the other side. We'll be right back.
Vodka, Evolve, Castell. Indulge in the Red Revolution.
All right.
So, Brandon B said something about the Royal Rumble. We'll see more there soon. What are your predictions as far as the surprise entrance possibly from TNA showing up there? Obviously, Jordan Grace is one.
I mean, Joe Hendry's got to be one of them.
Yes. Misa Slamovich, because, you know, it's kind of been like a running thing that the Knockouts champion's always in the Rumble.
Yeah, but do you have two TNA women in the Rumble?
Why not?
I mean, I agree. Why not?
Would you rather have talent that can progress their careers from another company, or would you just rather have these so-called legends show up for a one-time deal?
No, I would rather see the former. I'm just thinking from a WWE perspective. Do you have 2 TNA women in it? But now they have the deal, maybe.
Well,
So
if that's the case, you're probably going to see, I'd say, 3 or 4 in the men's rumble.
well, you know more about their men's wrestlers than I do. I mean, I think from the women's side, you're gonna see the ones that have been on NXT thus far. You're gonna see Rosemary and her friend, whatever the hell her name is.
Jessica Havoc.
You're gonna see Jordan. You'll see Masha. That might be it. Are those the only ones that have been on NXT? I think.
For the most part, I mean, they've really been trying to keep their women's division homegrown right now because as good as their women's roster is right now, they're still trying to build up a name for themselves. So outside of the priors that you've named, not many are known. So it'd be kind of like, for example, when Chelsea Green came to the Rumble in 2020.
The fuck are you doing, Elwood?
You son of a bitch.
Motherfucker.
You got 5 seconds before I go deal with that. 5,
Stop.
4, 3, 2, 1. Hands in your pockets. Pockets not your underwear, but that works. Don't move.
Fucking Elwood, man.
Damn it. Ladies and gentlemen, our apologies. My co-host, apprentice, so to speak, he's not on his medication right now. I apologize.
He just doesn't know how to live in society yet.
You're supposed to work on this when I'm not here.
I'm trying.
Trying? Why is he digging through the garbage?
Maybe he's hungry. I don't know, dog.
Did Darky Poo not feed you today? He's pointing at his balls. This is all your fault. This is all your fault. God damn it. Okay, let's get serious. Let's get serious. What the fuck were we talking about?
TNA people in the Rumble.
Okay. The women, as far as that's concerned, yes. Other than what you've named, they really haven't really been pushing a lot off of TNA television. So I say that small number is fine. As far as the men goes, Joe Hendry's got to be one, of course. I could see Moose showing up because he's kind of a big deal right now. They're really building him back up. Even though he's kind of shit on the X Division title, and I'm kind of upset about that. But that's neither here nor there. My go-to would be Nick Nemeth. I'd love to fucking see him there. As Nick Nemeth.
As Nick.
Yeah. And let's see for
PCO. I could see him like as a surprise entrant, and like if they do not a surprise entrant, but like a elimination chamber match or a War Games match.
Maybe like a Money in the Bank. Maybe where something is fucking hardcore, but him just showing up in the Rumble, unless they do something to make his name a little more known.
No,
now.
I was kidding, but
and Brian Myers. Brian Myers is definitely up there
yeah.
because again, former WWE name. Look at you. Look. Fucking. Now he's fucking dealing with the damn wire. See this shit? You see this shit? You try to hire good help, and now they're in there under the fucking. Hey. He's under the fucking table touching cords and wires and nuts that he shouldn't be touching. Oh, did he fuck up shit too bad? Did Elwood fuck shit up too bad down there? Okay. All right. So, yeah, as far as the Rumble goes, I could just see 3 or 4 TNA guys that were well-known outside. And same thing for the women. I don't really see anything big really happening as far as, like, legends or veterans because they've kind of been killing that shit off a little bit here and there for the Rumble appearances. What was it? Was it last year or the year before? That had like 0 surprise entrances and everybody was like bummed out.
I think it was last year, yeah.
Okay. So the thing about that is as a fan, I was kind of bummed because I like the pop entrances, but I was happy for the boys because the boys had more opportunity to go out there on a pay-per-view and make a payday. So good shit for that. Yeah, but he was the Mountie. He wasn't PCO before. That's the problem. He was the Mountie. You didn't know that?
I did not know that.
Oh, well, now you know.
Always have the battle.
There you go. But yeah, I would love to see PCO work like a no DQ thing that Abyss puts together. That would be fucking amazing. But him in a Rumble, I could see him just being like a joke thing where he goes in for like 2 minutes and gets thrown out really quickly because he's overzealous. And at that point, what's the fucking point? You've done nothing to build him up on TNA television. I forgot about two. The fucking Hardys.
Oh yeah, the Hardys.
The Hardys return at the Rumble. That fucking pop for Jeff would literally blow the fucking roof off.
Yeah.
Please.
Second that, yeah.
Please don't play loaded. Use no more words. I will come out of pocket for that for one night. I mean, they fucking spend $200,000 over on the other channel to play Final Countdown once a fucking month. Let me fucking have no more words. But yeah, that's where I stand on it.
Gotcha.
And maybe because of this co-production thing, on the flip side, maybe we can finally see the Hardys going to the Hall of Fame. Have the Dudleys and Michael Hayes fucking put in the Hardy Boys into the Hall of Fame 2025. I think it's rightfully deserved.
Yeah, definitely rightly. For sure.
So, anything else from this TNA WWE deal that you want to see?
No. Not really. I'm looking forward to the benefits of TNA. I think, like I said, it'll raise their status.
Mm-hmm.
It will probably garner them a bigger TV deal because Access is in like 100,000 fucking houses.
Like I said, if you want to watch it bad enough, you can just go pay the $9.99 or whatever to watch it on TNA Plus after. But here's the thing: Fox is still looking for a wrestling show to put on. They obviously canceled that what was it, Shockwave show that AEW wanted, and it's kind of moved away from AEW at this time. This might be the time for TNA to throw their fucking hat in the ring.
I don't know. Go from what they're drawing to Fox.
But they've drawn more with Spike TV. They've shown that they can do it, but now with the WWE engine helping them move, they can basically go, hey, we got this and we got this backing us. And you know what we have backing us can draw numbers. Do a 1-year deal. That's how Spike TV started, was a 1-year deal.
Mm-hmm.
And it went on for like 6-7 years until fucking Hogan went and threw it in the fucking dirt. So I mean, it's possible. Well, hell, even if not that, I'm sure USA will throw another hour of fucking wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, but there's dozens of channels they could fit on. It doesn't have to be one of those.
It just has to be something nationally syndicated.
Something national, yeah.
Preferably international, but at least nationally.
Yeah. Well, they've been doing rights deals per country recently, so Tessa Blanchard would be cool. WWE with her father.
But the problem is her fucking attitude. That's why WWE won't touch her.
Yeah, Tessa's had a challenging past.
Yes. And it's not even like the relationship shit with Drago a couple years ago. It's the fact of anytime she walks into any arena or any company, she has the mentality of my shit don't stink.
Mm-hmm.
And especially with a company as corporate as WWE, sure, you can come do a fucking one-off, but we're not going to fucking sign you.
Yeah.
I mean, she's been very vocal about the fact she's not signed with TNA yet. She's still on a handshake deal. And maybe that's TNA kind of being wary of it, more or less. You know, we need to see if you've matured any before we put pen to paper.
Right.
Which, if that's the case, I completely understand. I have no issue with that. And, you know, if she's matured and she's, you know, become a better person than what she was when she left, awesome. All for it. But the Tessa Blanchard that left Impact, that went doing indie shit, dude, she had the mindset of what Brian Cage did.
Yep.
Just get my shit in. Don't give a fuck about anything else. And if you don't like it, I'll fucking leave. Okay, well, fucking leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of like what Stephanie said to John Cena one time. WWE doesn't need John Cena. John Cena needs WWE. Because I guarantee you tomorrow, WWE's still going to be here. But you may not be.
There was a 10-year stretch where WWE needed John Cena.
It was in storyline, but you understand.
No,
what
I
I'm
know.
saying.
Yeah. No, it was a storyline for sure.
Yeah.
But
I mean, let's be real. If something happened and Roman Reigns just fell out with fucking WWE right now, WWE will still be on Monday night on Netflix.
oh, absolutely will. Because, I mean, honestly, except for around Big Four time, nobody's missing Roman Reigns. The tribal chief.
I acknowledge my tribal chief.
I hear you.
Fuck you, Solo!
Oh, Jesus Christ. That was it.
I'm good.
Jesus.
Ugh.
I think we're about to see that very soon.
Well, hell, you saw Friday night with fucking Solo just leaving the bloodline
Just
right there in the
walked
ring.
off.
Yeah, but the whole thing of just like, I said some badass shit and dropped the microphone kind of space. Like,
You didn't say God.
no, he should have just been like, had the microphone in his hand, just dropped it,
it.
and just walked off. Yeah, you're not a fucking badass when you fucking do shit like that. You gotta say something.
Yeah.
Be like Punk, just like walking up there going, pipe bomb, and like didn't say anything before it. Like everybody's like, what fucking pipe bomb? You're not even a fucking feud or anything. The hell?
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
All right, guys, let's get the hell out of here.
yeah,
Let's
dude.
enjoy our Sunday. Truth be told, I don't know if we're gonna have a show tomorrow night. Dravyn will probably need to be resting.
If I can drag my ass to my fucking office chair and fucking play on my PS5, I can drag my ass to my office chair and talk for a little bit. It may not be a full hour, but to be determined. We'll figure that out when I get home tomorrow.
Yep.
And see how much my wife bitches about me actually going to work. But she'll get over it.
Yep. So, but we'll definitely be back here.
Get on your knees and take me there. Fuck.
We'll definitely be back Tuesday, 8 p.m. Snug Wrestling joining us as always to go over the biggest news.
Oh, speaking of which, speaking of Snug, I will be on his channel tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Okay.
I will be helping moderate a WWE versus AEW discussion on his channel, so definitely go check that out on all the socials.
Awesome. Yeah. You have to let me know how that goes.
Well,
So-
if you get a phone call and you just hear nothing but me randomly screaming at somebody, you know they triggered me.
All right. All right. Watch out for that. Go see our boy Snug's channel.
Yep.
So, for Dravyn Grimes, I'm Dark Cordz. This has been Heel Shit. Why do we call it that? Bad guys do heel shit. Peace.
Heel Shit Podcast, where the bad boys reign, never following the norm, always causing pain. Wanna listen to